Am I the asshole for Googling my fiance's family's addresses? This is my first post on my account. I, 26F, is engaged to Jack, 32M, Jack. Jack is very soft-spoken and kind. He never argues, or puts up a fight, and honestly makes me feel like I have full control of the relationship. Jack still lives with his parents, Bertha and Dom. Bertha is a devout Catholic that believes she knows everything. She has a holier-than-thou complex. She has told me on countless occasions that our marriage will not count in the eyes of God, because I am not Catholic, am Protestant. She tells my fiancé that our marriage is a mortal sin, and he will have to suffer the consequences in his afterlife. My fiancé, who is very meek, never stands up for our relationship. He just sits there quietly. Bertha is always finding ways to make me feel excluded and unwanted. The biggest fight we've had was when I started to plan the wedding. His mother demanded a Catholic church. I explained to her that our budget would be $2,000. Since her church cost $1,000, I asked her to pay for the church and my fiancé, and I would pay for the reception. This is where it gets bad. His mom was happy to plan the ceremony, and excited to have it at her church. She had no issue with paying for the church. After a month I asked her about the plans, and wanted to share my ideas for the reception. His mother told me that she had planned everything. She used my $2,000 proposed budget, and arranged for her side of the family to have a catered sit-down dinner at a hall for the reception. Plot twist, my family wasn't invited. I ended up canceling the whole wedding, and blocked Bertha's number. I started planning the wedding alone. My joy was short-lived when it came time to mail out or save the dates. I asked my fiancé to get the addresses for his side of the family. Naturally, he asked his mom to verify certain houses, since he doesn't visit family often. Bertha became angry, and told me that I'm not allowed to send out save the dates. In her own words, my side of the family is very private. For their own safety and well-being, I can't give you the addresses. If you want them mailed out, then you will give all the letters to me, and I will do it. I was shocked. I tried to be the bigger person and compromise, but she stressed the need for her family to be safe, and didn't want me to have any of their information. I have had enough of her nonsense, and finally put my foot down. I looked up everyone's addresses on white pages, and made a Google Doc. Then I went to Bertha's house, and told her that I'm sending out the save the dates. Bertha proceeded to argue with me, and said that I'm violating her family's privacy, and I'm being disrespectful. So Reddit, I have one question: am I the asshole for Googling my fiancé's family's addresses? As someone who grew up with a Catholic mother and grandparents, I just want to say, I'm sorry. I know it doesn't make sense to you, so you keep having hope things will change. But, they won't. This stuff is rigid, and the entitlement, control, etc., they're all factors of the way some Catholics practice. Honor thy father and mother, stricture, correctness, those are things that do not shift, because the whole thing is based around ritual, routine, obligation, etc. Disclaimer. In the worst case scenario, expressions of the faith. I've seen my mother go on a journey with it, and I'm happy to see what the church and her community gives her. Really heartwarming. But she was not always this chill, and it's taken me literally having CPTSD breakdowns to get perspective between us. This woman believes she has not only morality, but the entire creator of the universe on her side, and her immortal soul depends on doing as much as she can to make sure people live right. She's already basically told your fiancé that he's barred from her afterlife, they won't get to spend eternity together, and his soul is spoiled, tainted. If he marries you, you know how abusive men get bolder, and escalate when they marry, because it's harder for the other person to escape. You'll have that with Bertha. Either your fiancé goes low or no contact, or you will not have a happy marriage. Every single holiday you'll be reminded you're a heretic, told it's a shame you took him from the etc. I'm not saying she's going to go full Spanish Inquisition on you, but it won't be pretty. I'm really glad he seems to have supported you taking back control, but Catholicism is all about hierarchy too. You have the Pope, cardinals, bishops, etc., and then it trickles down to us humble sinners and heretics. Once a marriage is legal, it's a hierarchy in some people's minds. In her mind, it'll give her priority over you, as his elder, and heck, they might even bring Mary into this, because she's a mother, and knows best, etc., etc. Her love is so great we pray to Mary, and humanity broke her heart, the Sacred Heart, by killing her son. The psychology in play here is not great for daughters-in-law. She already disinvited your entire family from your wedding celebration. Please, if there's just one part of the Catholic thing you indulge, do the premarital counseling, but then follow it up with a secular session to break down the issues that the church could cause in your relationship. I would seriously consider postponing the wedding. Please be practical, logical about it. They say love is blind, but don't let yourself walk straight off a cliff because you didn't see it coming. You'll still be saying that 20, 30, 40 years in. Is it the kind of marriage you want? Is that what you want to model for your children? In other words, is that what you want to teach your children to seek out and be a part of? A relationship you want to leave but then just stay in? I get it, it's hard. So don't tackle it straight on, and don't leave questions unanswered. Get your fiancé and yourself into some therapy. If it does nothing but broaden your horizon and get your blinders off, it will be worth it. At least you'll know you made an effort to look into the dark corners before you sign the contract. Also, it sounds like you might benefit, or even need a pre-marriage class. The Catholic Church will probably require you to take theirs before they will marry you. If not, find one. All they will do is put issues in front of you that you should decide on before marriage. How will you handle money? If you have kids, what church will they attend? What roles do you expect each other to play? It will be responsible for what, etc. Think long and hard about marrying this guy. I once was married to a mama's boy who would never stick up for me. Unfortunately, I was unaware as we met and lived in a different country from his family. Once we moved near his family, I found out real fast. I couldn't walk away either and told myself that one day things will change. Guess what? Things never changed. I hung on way too many years, but finally got divorced. Now I'm living my best life. Don't be like me and waste many years of your life. You have the advantage of knowing that he's not sticking up for you. Hold off on getting married and try counseling and see if that helps. I wish you the best. You deserve it.